Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're on a mission, a really important one. We're going to unlock the secret of turning all those near me searches on Google into actual paying customers walking through your door. This is the real key to local growth, so let's get into it. You know, it is such a frustrating feeling, isn't it? You know for a fact there are people, maybe just a few streets away, looking for exactly what you sell. You've got a great business, but when they whip out their phone and type in that search, they end up finding someone else. So what is going on? Why aren't they finding you?
Well, this is what we call the local invisibility problem. And here's the thing. It's not that customers aren't looking for you. They are. It's that Google might be sending them straight to your competition instead. So let's pull back the curtain and see exactly what that search looks like from their side of the screen.
And here it is. This is the digital battlefield for local business. When a customer searches for, say, a Kingman electrician near me, Google doesn't just give them a boring old list. No, the very first thing they see is this prime piece of real estate, the map pack. It's a map, and it features just 3 businesses, with their reviews and phone number right there. If you are not in that box, you might as well be invisible. And that is the stone-cold truth of it. If you're not in that top 3, for all practical purposes, you don't exist in that moment. You are literally watching potential customers walk right past your digital front door and straight into the arms of your competition. So, the big question is, how do we fix this?
Okay, so how do we fix it? Well, it all starts with the single most powerful tool in your local SEO arsenal, your Google Business Profile, or GBP. I want you to think of this as your digital storefront. It's the first impression you make on Google, and it has the absolute biggest impact on whether or not you get seen. Optimizing this profile is step 1, and it is absolutely non-negotiable. This means you have to choose the exact primary category for your business, not something that's just close enough. If you're an electrician, the category is electrician. Simple. Then add a few other relevant categories and make sure your hours are always, and I mean always, 100% accurate. Fill out every single section you can, especially all the specific services you offer. But here's the real secret. Your GPP is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Google actually rewards activity, so you need to build a few weekly habits. Things like adding fresh photos of your work, creating simple posts about a promotion, and, this is a big one, responding to every single new review. This stuff tells Google you're active, you're engaged, and you're a relevant part of the local community.
You see, all that activity sends out signals. And that leads us right into the next big piece of the puzzle, building trust. To win at local search, you have to prove to Google and to your potential customers that you are a legit, credible, and authoritative business right here in town. You know, one of the easiest ways to build that trust is right here, in your review responses. Look at this. It doesn't just say, thanks. It mentions the service, web design, and it mentions the location, Lake Havasu City. Every single time you do this, you're basically reminding Google exactly what you do and where you do it. It's so powerful. So the process is actually pretty simple. First, you have to make it incredibly easy for customers to leave reviews. Ask them every single time. Second, reply as fast as you can and always be professional. And third, like we just saw, always sprinkle in that local context, the city, the service. A nice, steady stream of positive, recent reviews that you are actively responding to, that is a massive trust signal for Google. And speaking of trust, another huge signal is consistency. We're talking about your NAP, your business name, address, and phone number. This information has to be absolutely perfectly identical everywhere it shows up online. I'm serious. No variations, no old phone numbers, no slightly different street abbreviations. Consistency is king because it removes any and all confusion for search engines. So where does this NAP info actually live? Well, on local citation sites, which are really just online directories. Now, the goal isn't to be on 1,000 different sites. The goal is to be on the right ones. You want to start with the heavy hitters. Think your local Chamber of Commerce, Yelp, the Better Business Bureau. Getting these right is like building a solid gold foundation of trust online.
Okay, so once your Google Business Profile is humming along and those trust signals are strong, it's time to turn our attention to your website. We need to make your website the ultimate resource for local customers.
And here is a pro-level strategy that I guarantee most of your competitors are missing. If you serve more than one city, a single services page just isn't going to cut it. To really truly win those near-me searches, your website needs a dedicated, unique page for each and every city you operate in. Now, a great city page isn't a copy and paste job where you just swap out the city name.
That doesn't work. It needs unique content. I'm talking about photos of your team working in that specific area. Maybe mention a few local landmarks. Answer questions that are specific to that community. This proves to Google and to your customers that you genuinely serve that location. All right, I know this can feel like a lot to take in. So let's just break it all down into a concrete, totally manageable plan. We're not talking about a year-long project here. We're talking about a 2-week sprint designed to make a real, measurable difference. Look at this. The plan breaks everything down into these little mini sprints. See? The first 2 days are all about your Google business profile. That's it. From there, you tackle your website, then your citations. The whole key here is just focusing on one piece at a time. This is not a giant mountain to climb. It's just a series of small, totally achievable steps.
And you know what the best part is? This isn't some 6-month wait-and-see game. After you complete this 2-week sprint, you can realistically expect to see a tangible, real increase in phone calls and website clicks within just 2 to 4 weeks. That's fast.
And how will you know it's working? Easy. You track the right numbers. Right inside your Google Business Profile Insights, you can see exactly how many people called you directly from the listing, how many clicked through to your website, and how many requested directions to your front door. These are the numbers that actually matter. So, if there is only one thing you remember from all of this, please let it be this. Don't get intimidated. Winning at local search is not a game of complexity or having a massive budget. It is simply and purely a game of consistency.
So there you have it. That's the blueprint to getting seen. Right now, this very second, a potential customer is searching for what you do, right in your neighborhood. The only question left is, what is the very first step you are going to take today to make sure that they find you and not somebody else?